Pet-safe houseplant content almost universally focuses on what is acceptable and almost never explains the severity of what is not, which means most pet owners reading safe plant lists have no idea that several plants currently in their home represent risks they would not accept if they understood them clearly. The conversation about toxicity needs to happen before the safe list, because a list of safe alternatives means nothing to a grower who does not understand why the alternatives matter. Dieffenbachia, commonly called dumb cane, is one of the most widely recommended low-light houseplants in the industry. The name dumb cane comes from the historical use of its sap to cause temporary speechlessness through oral swelling so severe it prevented speech. That same mechanism applies to any cat or dog that chews the foliage. The calcium oxalate crystals in every part of the plant cause immediate oral pain, intense salivation, swelling that can affect swallowing and breathing, and vomiting in both cats and dogs. It is sold in every home improvement store and recommended by gardening sites as an easy, attractive, low-light species without consistent disclosure of its toxicity. ZZ plant, which has experienced a surge in mainstream popularity over the past decade driven by its genuine ease of care and architectural good looks, is toxic to both cats and dogs through the same calcium oxalate mechanism. It appears on virtually every low-maintenance indoor plant list. Its toxicity is mentioned inconsistently across different sources, and it has found its way into millions of homes with pets on the strength of its horticultural qualities alone. Philodendron, the broader genus that includes heartleaf philodendron and split-leaf philodendron, contains calcium oxalate and additional toxic compounds that cause more severe reactions in both species than the single mechanism toxicity of pothos. It is widely recommended, widely owned, and widely placed in low positions accessible to pets that investigate new objects by chewing them. What makes the safe list compelling is that the alternatives are genuinely excellent plants rather than compromised choices. Calathea provides foliage more ornamentally interesting than Dieffenbachia, patterns in green, white, cream, and deep purple on leaves that move visibly with light changes throughout the day, creating a plant that is dynamic rather than static. It is fully non-toxic to cats and dogs and performs in the medium to low light conditions that Dieffenbachia typically occupies. Peperomia provides the most diversity of any safe genus, over 1,000 species ranging from trailing and cascading to upright and rosette forming, with textures from glossy to textured to almost metallic, in a genus that the ASPCA has confirmed non-toxic to both species. The range within Peperomia alone covers the full variety that most households want from their indoor plant collection. For pet households specifically, keeping safe plants visibly healthy is part of the strategy rather than separate from it. A drooping, nutritionally depleted plant attracts pet investigation in a way that vigorous healthy growth does not, and investigation leads to chewing and damage even from pets that are not habitual plant chewers. Getting into the habit of using Miracle-Gro water-soluble all-purpose plant food at half strength every 3 weeks or so keeps these plants in the kind of growth that makes them genuinely attractive rather than just technically safe. The feeding routine itself is simple, and the link is in the description, but the reason it matters in a pet household specifically is that healthy plants are both better looking and less likely to attract the kind of attention that creates problems. Erica palm, Boston fern, spider plant, Houseplants, African violet, orchid, money tree, ponytail palm, and cast iron plant complete the 13. Subscribe to Garden Guru. The product links are in the description. See you in the next one.